I told y'all, man. Cierra, I've been calling her Cierra the whole last episode, but Cierra, I knew she was gonna get on my nerves, and she went to a whole nother level of getting on my nerveness. Once again, my name is Trent B, one half of the reality TV couple with me and my wife Tori, where we react to TV shows from mainly reality TV shows from trashy all the way to classy. And we doing Love Is Blind UK season 3, episode 2. This is pretty much the Jack, Faye, and Kara episode, right? And Kara, she was giving me very much giving me the vibes of that girl. I think her name was Madison. I think that was like Love Is Blind, Minnesota. And she's just a weak ass, insecure ass girl, man. Damn. But I'm starting at the end because that's just what I remember seeing. That's my biggest takeaway is that she's being really, really insecure, and she's low key being a big hater. It's like, why are you throwing salt on Jack and Faye's connection? Yeah, he messed the name up. That's something that they got to deal with. But why would you come in there and straight up lie? She came in there and straight up lied. She was like, "I cut it off with Jack." Then she tried to backdoor it with the truth in case Jack pulls her card on that. And then why would you tell her he called her the wrong name? It's like that's not your business. God, she's such a hater. That was such a hater ass move. My wife literally told me everything she was gonna do, and she did it to the T. Just hating ass shit. I broke it off with him. He called you the wrong name. He's been fake this whole time. He said I'm his number one. All this shit is just corny, just unnecessary, super unnecessary and corny, man. And it's like, speaking of that, unnecessary and corny, AJ, man, you really, really tripping out. You really, really tripped out this episode. It was one screenshot. I got it here where they was in the kitchen and he was just staring at him like he wanted to like jug a knife in his neck or something. It's like, damn, bruh. Oh, because he took this little skinny ass blonde from you? Relax. Shit. And it's like, they beefed out now. And it's like, behind Sierra? Really? Kiera? Really? It's like, Jack, the beef is AJ. AJ has a beef with Jack. Jack is over there living his life, right? And it's like the shit AJ is saying is giving really elitist now. Like it sounds like he's doing way really good financially. I know he had his like live in Australia, and it seems like he might even retired early and shit. But it's like just because Jack is a chef and you are a finance bro, don't mean that you better than him. And he said it the first time, and I didn't really click into it too much. But then he kept saying it like we're different people, and we're totally. It's like, bro, you got one more time to say that shit before we have to say something about you, bro. You dragging it now at this point. Because Jack is in the kitchen burning some bacon. You in the living room burning up thinking about him. And it's like, you got all that shit. You got the height, the finance shit, and Jack is kicking your ass. If Jack wanted Karen, he would have her. So again, bro, you simped out bad this episode. A simp dies 1,000 deaths, and you dying a slow one in front of us right now, my boy. Because you going to pick Karen. I hadn't even seen the episodes ahead, but I did see in a trailer that you in there somewhere, so you pick here, and I hate that for you, my boy. Jasmine and Jordan, she kind of spoke about her nationality a lot, which to us that was cool to get to hear the mix. She is Guyanese and Arabic, I think is what she said. Very interesting mix, right? I don't like the fact she said that to him, because then he got a good idea. He knows he's black now. He has a picture in his head, and then she told the vitiligo stuff. I just hate the fact she told him like that nationality shit. Like, I feel like people like that are breaking the rules. I feel like people that break the rules like that should have to leave the experience. That's how serious it is to me because it's like, is love blind or is love like seeing through some prescriptions that's not perfect for your eyes? Because he could tell now that she's a certain color. If he couldn't tell by the voice, right? But the fact she's cracking on with Jordan, one of the more facially just overall attractive guys, with her having a vitiligo, that could be either very good or very bad, right? And I think it's gonna just depend on how secure she is with herself, right? Like, I don't know if he's gonna have an issue with her. She's not a bad looking girl. She has a good body and shit. It's just that vitiligo shit is like really fucking her up. You could tell so much to where she hadn't even had like a real boyfriend in the past, and that could be a red flag depending on how you see shit, right? It's a concern. I would say. I would say it's like an orange flag. I don't want to necessarily say it's red, but it's definitely orange, right? But maybe the way she's kind of talking about it, the way she's making it seem like it's not her fault, that's kind of more of a concern than anything because all these failed relationships or failed liftoffs, you had no part in any of them. Very interesting, right? Where everybody had to start crying and shit for no reason. And the vitiligo thing, of course, she brought that up to him, and he seemed like he took it pretty well overall. He had to kind of soak it in, so I do appreciate that. But I feel a way about the vitiligo conversation so early because you kind of backing him into a corner. As a man, he's gonna look like an asshole if he doesn't want to continue with her, and she's gonna think it's because of that. And it may not have nothing to do with that, but you springing it on him. It's a tough conversation because he does need to know, he should know that you have vitiligo because you don't want to have a weird encounter with him seeing you and kind of adjusting to that. but also throwing it on him is kind of making it be like where he has to kind of lock in with you now, or he's gonna look like a bad guy. Right? I do feel like they have a good connection, they have a good crack on, but it's just weird how she put that, man. I hate to feel like he's kind of stuck. I don't want him to feel like he's stuck. AJ, when he dated Kara, AJ got to be the most unpeed dude I've observed on Love Is Blind in a long time. He immediately came in the pause with Kara asking for clarity. It's like, damn, bruh, tuck your panties in, bruh. Come on, man. He came in low key dirty macking on Jack as well, and it's like if you got to do all that dirty macking shit, bro. You ain't got it in you, bro. You was not P. You was not P, my boy. I thought you was gonna be a little more P than that, man. And it's like you got all this shit, and you still got to talk down another man to get this little skinny ass blind. Super un P, right? We get to Joe. I'm gonna call him Joe from now on because I just seen Versus tonight with Joe and Donnell Jones. By the way, Joe wiped him down, but I'm gonna call him Joe now. Joe, I want to know, right? He was getting Freaky Fran out of her shell a little bit. Oh, Freaky Fran was kind of talking that talk. You know what I'm saying? She was talking that talk with Joe. And insert whatever love Joe song you got for this particular point, but he was kind of getting her out of character a little bit, But baby girl, don't go chasing waterfalls, man. Joe might not be what you need for real, for real. Joe might have you looking for him in the daytime with a flashlight. Play safe. But he said some shit that kind of alluded to his physique a little bit. He said he's not a little spoon. Again, letting her know he's not a puppy. He's a big dog. The shit they be saying be just like, fuck. I don't know if they was like that in the US, but they definitely be kind of giving shit away in the UK. Super weird. Got Taylor and Sophie. They're a very cute couple. I love the thing with the mother. It was kind of heavy for her to have to kind of bear what he was saying, but she took it in stride and she took it very graceful. I like that, man. That was cool. That was cute. They're going to be our boring couple of the season. Not much drama with them. They locked in pretty quick. I figured he's going to propose pretty soon after one of their first conversations this episode. I just thought she wasn't going to like his face. He has a very interesting face. I thought she wasn't going to like it. She's very pretty. Speaking on her too, I had her all wrong just from her little spiel and stuff like that. And with the name Sophie, I thought she's gonna be like Sophie from last season, just like a complete bitch. But she's actually like a sweetheart, very sweet girl, very intentional. She's complete opposite, complete 180 of the other Sophie from last season. So I had her all wrong. Speaking of that, I had her wrong at the end when they did the meetup and she met Taylor. I thought she wasn't gonna like his face, but he seemed taller than I thought he would. The suit was nice. She kept calling him gorgeous, so she was really affirming him. And of course, she said she was gorgeous. So they seem like they crack on. So I think that's gonna be a good connection, a boring connection. So it's one of those things like if everybody else crashes and burns, they're gonna be able to look at them and be like, "Hey, so how are you two doing?" That'll be the Vic and Christina of that season, right? You got to have one of them for balance. So they give my girl. They finally give her some time. They finally give my girl Cuba some time. We finally took a trip to Cuba. Right? And oh my God, speaking of that boy, my boy Ryan, this dude is weird. Get him off my screen. Stat. I want him off my screen yesterday. Golly, Cuba, I hate that for you, man. I didn't know, but I will say they sound like they match vibe wise. I didn't know she was that eclectic, right? It's funny. It didn't look like that from the pictures, but seeing her in motion, she looks just like this other YouTuber, TikTok girl, Storytime with Ricky. She looks just like that girl. I was telling my wife, and I didn't even have to show her the picture. She was like, "Oh, she does look like that girl." Storytime with Ricky said she's Indian and black. So Cuba, I thought she might be that, but then she started speaking Spanish at the end. Maybe she's black and some kind of Spanish, some kind of Latin culture. But she looks just like Ricky, hair and everything. I was like, damn, boy, everybody got a doppelganger somewhere. She got one over across the pond, apparently. But this dude, Ryan, once I knew he was a public speaker, I think he was a public speaker. Very strange. Very strange. He seems super flighty. He doesn't seem like the type of dude you would want to marry. But maybe she's like that as well. And they can both bullshit each other, right? But then because she said something about having soul connections with friends. It's like, damn, baby, you with your girls as well? Like, what's the deal? But whatever to get her to the vacation, whatever to get another Ollie and Charlotte moment, whatever we got to do to have that happen, because I need her on my screen a lot more. Oh, and Francesca, I can see them cracking on because he's having a conversation with Chevanique, and you could tell Francesca just challenges him a lot more. She didn't really play into that sex shit like Joe wanted to do because Joe wants to keep it surface level. Francesca makes him kind of get deeper. Maybe Chevanique did too, and we didn't see it, but Francesca definitely makes him, get deeper. It kind of breaks down the walls a little bit more. And I like that. I like that for him. That's what he needs. Because at first I thought the question was when she was saying, is it harder to fall in love? I thought that was really strange, but then she was instantly validated when he said, yeah. So I don't know if it was something he said that made him kind of that made her kind of think that way. But it's just a weird thing to ask somebody on a show like Love Is Blind, right? But then he talks about his past growing up and how his parents didn't show any kind of love or affection. And it's like, Francesca, get the fuck out of there. Get out of there. You don't want to build a bear. You don't want to have to always affirm. And this ain't music soul child. This ain't teach me how to love. Show me the way to love. This ain't that. Like, hell nah, man. Ain't nobody trying to teach nobody to love. We too grown to be teaching people shit, especially how to protect my heart. Hell nah. But it does seem like with him tearing the barriers and all that bullshit, it's like he's building the excuses to be a fuckboy. Respect the fact that, his childhood was tough with the parents not showing love. That's very hard on a kid. That's when you need love the most, for sure. But nigga, just be better. Go sit on somebody's couch. Don't sit on this couch and bullshit, Francesca. Like, come on, bro. Be better. That was pretty much the episode, man. Conversations was pretty interesting. A lot of conversations. We saw some new people. Some new people got introduced. It seemed like it's going to be a good amount of people that make the trips, make the vacation. Um, I can see some connections blossoming, right? We got Francesca and Joe. I think there's going to be a connection. We got Jordan and Yasmin. Um, we got Cuba and white man number one, white man number two. I would say Jack is white man number one right now. Then we got Jack and Fran and Frey and Faye. I'm sorry, we got Jack and Faye. Right. Then we have AJ and Kara, Taylor and Sophie. Yeah. So them the solid ones right now. I want to see some more different people on my screen so we can get some more variety. But that's about what 6 or 7 people so far. We're gonna have a pretty packed vacation. So I'm interested to see some connections with episode 3. We need to get some more people to lock in. Stat right. But right now, yeah, at this point, I definitely hate Kara. And that's definitely the person Jack was talking about. Like, she's going to be obsessed with him because he ended it with her. Because she wanted to end it, but he ended it first. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this episode, what y'all think about the couples, the pairings, who's our most interesting person, who the person y'all like the most, who the person y'all like the least. And, you know, y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe, especially on the YouTube. Once again, that's Trent and Tori, TNT, the reality couple on YouTube. Trent and Tori, TNT, the reality couple on YouTube, man. Y'all hit the YouTube up, show us some love, and I'll holler at y'all soon.